Armegedon now.
Yo my G's, welcome back to the channel, and today is the head-to-head face-off with the T598 versus the TGT2. So let's get it. Right, so we've gone to Spa in the M6. T598 versus the TGT2. Let's get it, my guys. Right, so we've configured the settings, like dialed them in a bit better now. So, hold on, sorry. So it should feel a bit more crisper. Been playing it for the last 2 to 3 days now. So I've got a few bullet points that I've made and tell you how I feel about this wheel and what I'm thinking. So first off on the bat is the smooth turning. It feels proper smooth and easier, much easier to catch slides, I find. It's like it telegraphs the slides like it's like slow motion. You can feel them coming off a mile away just to counter steer. No fatigue either. It's like more effortless driving. So what I mean by that is, I don't know if any of you had the TGT2 or played on the TGT1. After about, say I did a 10-lap race with the TGT2, I started getting a bit sweaty after the race, hot and bothered. With this, I could easily do 7 laps of a race, and it feels like I've done 1 lap because you're not fighting against the belts of them belt-driven wheels. That's the feeling I'm getting anyway. So I started noticing, I'm thinking, I'm going round and round, thinking, what? I'm not even getting hot and bothered at all. So yeah, it makes for much more comfortable sim racing, I think. Which is a major for me. Yeah, it doesn't feel like you're fighting the wheel, basically. It just lets you do what you got to do. Obviously, like a real life car. Yeah, so it can race for longer. Feels like you can trust the info. It's relaying more accurate. So after about, after you settled into a race, after about 2 or 3 laps, you can be so confident knowing that it's relaying true information on what the car's doing. That's what I found anyway. We will also go over to Assetto Corsa on the PC Content Manager and try out the 2 rims on there, because it has got a different force feedback model and different physics settings. But yeah, this feels really good. And when I first did this, I was using the Mercedes AMG GT3, and this beamer feels a little bit stiffer on the rim as well. So I'm thinking on Gran Turismo it might be to do with the certain cars you're using, because this force feedback feels a little bit tighter on this beamer. Obviously it's a heavier set car, which I didn't really notice with the TGT2. I've had it for years, or I had the TGT1 and 2. All the cars' weight and turning near enough felt all the same. And this one I noticed straight away. Hold on a sec, this beamer feels a bit tighter. So yeah, we'll round this lap off, and then I want to jump on the TGT2, which I haven't been on since I copped this wheel base. So I'm really interested to see if I go back and I'm like, oh my god, this T598 is shit, or I'll go back and be like, vice versa. Which, not vice versa, because the TGT2 is a beast. So yes, my guys, don't watch the lap. We're just doing a head-to-head comparison. Obviously, this is all personal preferences and thoughts and opinions. don't take it to heart, my G's. Yeah, and the gear jolt feels really nice as well. Obviously, I've got a butt kicker, so I'm used to all that gear jolt stuff anyway. Right, my G's, TGT2. Right, my G's, the TGT2 is hooked up. We're back at Spa in the Beamer again to give it a fair trial. And yeah, already coming through the bus stop, man. This TGT2 is tighter. It feels more weighty. But already I can tell what I was saying earlier about the fatigue is because you're fighting against the belts in this TGT2. That's what gives you that false sense of grip. Is when you're turning, obviously the belts obviously must tighten up, or so, I don't know how it works, and when you turn, the elastication tightens on the belts, giving you that sense of grip. But at the same time, on the other hand of the scale, you're then fighting against that tightened belt, which gives you the fatigue for a duration of a race. And with the T598, because it's direct, you've got no rubber band that you're fighting against, so to speak. You can race for so much longer, I found. Like I was doing races, like 10-lap races and that. I felt like I've done 1 lap. So yeah, it's going to be a hard decision, to be fair. Depends what you value more. If you value accuracy and less fatigue, T598. If you want like heavy steering, then this, but I have got it on sensitivity and the feedback in the GT 7 settings, both on 10, 10. Where with the T598 I've had it configured to the recommended Gran Turismo settings. I'll do a video for that anyway as well. Thrustmaster's recommended settings for this game. So yeah, it's still a hard decision because this wheel is still very epic, man. I do not know. I just think what was going to sell it for me is the fatiguing. Yeah, look, it's like, oh, obviously you can turn the force feedback down, but then again, you're losing the weight. So, but with that, I have it on full blast, and it's so nice. It's so smooth. It's like a breath of fresh air. Woo! Right, we'll come back again and do another video with TGT versus, again, TGT versus the T598, but with Assetto Corsa, as the force feedback model is different and the handling, the physics model is different compared to GT. GT's physics and force feedback is not as up to par as Assetto Corsa. Don't get it twisted, obviously GT is my game, bro. I've been a Gran Turismo head since #1, fam. But obviously sometimes you just got to say it how it is. So we're round up here and then I'll give you my verdict, but I think it might be inconclusive, bro. If you're liking the video, hit the like button, my G's, and subscribe and become part of the resistance, where we cover all sim racing, driving, simulation, and RPG content on the channel, my G's. And start live streaming soon as well, once we hit that milestone of 1,000 subscribers. We got hard tires on, didn't even realize that. So yeah, the TGT2, not as detailed, not as accurate as the T598. The only thing it holds over it is the tighter turning, but then on the, like I said, the other end of the scale, you're fighting the belts with that tighter turning, making you fatigue and not last as long in a race. That's what I felt using the T598 over the last 4 or 5 days. That it's more accurate and you can stay racing for longer. So there we have it, my G's. The T598 versus the TGT2. A little bit inconclusive still. I'm still umming and ahhing about it. There's better qualities. There's some better qualities in the T598 and there's some better qualities in the TGT2. So work it out, watch the video and let me know down in the comments what you think from seeing that. We're going to come back again with a Assetto Corsa and do another game, just to see how that copes, because it obviously different force feedback models as well might make the difference, but I'm not too sure. I think if you prefer the accuracy and the handling and the no fatigue, T598. If you just want a stiff heavy wheel where you're fighting the wheel more than accurate, TGT2. All right, my G's, so thank you for watching and I will catch you on the flip side. It's Armageddon now and the resistance.